tight. Guard the doors both day and night. Passwords strong like shields of gold. Love and wisdom shared in bold. Protect our circle, keep it clear. Online shadows lurking near. Guard your fire, don't let it slip. Family strong with cyber tips. Fishing lines in waters deep. Don't let them pull what you keep. Links they shine, but traps they weave. Trust your heart, don't be deceived. Protect our circle, keep it clear. Online shadows lurking near. Guard your fire, don't let it slip.
Your teen's phone is buzzing again. Another group chat, another challenge, another unspoken rule they are expected to follow. What if you could protect their confidence without pulling the plug on their social life? In this video, we'll show you exactly how to help your teen stand strong against online peer pressure without driving a wedge between you and your young one, okay? Welcome back. Yeah, we're at it again. Welcome back to the Family Cyber Tips Daily, where we endeavor to empower you as a family to navigate tech with confidence. As you heard in that intro, today we're tackling a hidden force shaping our teens: digital peer pressure. Whether it's the pressure to post, join a risky challenge, or just fit in online, this silent influence is reshaping how teens think, act, and even how they feel about themselves. Okay? We're going to check and outline why, or rather, let me pull it back. For those the uninitiated, what is digital peer pressure? Okay, let's tidy that up and make sure that you are in the know. Peer pressure has always existed. Now it is 24/7. Unlike in-person pressure, digital peer pressure is more subtle, persistent, and wide-reaching. It shows up as being added to toxic group chats, feeling forced to post selfies to maintain a streak, getting dared to take part in viral trends, some of which can be harmful or humiliating. And another will be a fear of being excluded if they don't engage. I'm sure I could add more, but digital peer pressure is all those four and more. And imagine the world that our young ones are supposedly thriving in. So that we're not blinded as parents and caregivers, let's find out exactly what warning signs parents or caregivers could miss or are missing. And that's what's frightening about all this. Imagine your child going through all that and you don't pick it up. Frightening stuff. Teens rarely say, I'm being pressured. You know, I can't understand why, but in some ways too, you can kind of relate, you know, because they don't want to be seen as less than or not as strong as they need or ought to be at their age. So they generally just hold it in, you know, and things that you might notice as a parent or caregiver would be anxiety after scrolling social feeds, obsession with likes, follows, or views, you know, secretive behavior around certain applications, and sudden shifts in mood, you know, after online interactions. Another that goes unnoticed is trying to explain or justify risky online behavior. They try to justify, why they're being abrupt or why they're being aggressive online. And you won't get it because you're not in their world. This is really something that we really can't ignore, So if the things that we are missing or can miss, then all those things that I've listed, look out for them, okay? And make sure that when you see those signs, you do something about it, all right? And that's teens. Of course, most of what we cover on this platform is about the younger ones. But now we're kind of stepping up and addressing some teen or teenage behavior. And we want you to be full on, not just helping some kids, but you're helping all the kids where you can. And of course, now that we've highlighted things that parents or caregivers can generally miss, we're now going to see and work on how to help, your young one, your teen, without being seen as controlling. Okay? Very important that we get this right. Because the moment they feel that you're, choking them or babying them, they do it all outside. And of course, as teenagers, they have more rights than the younger ones. And so they will exploit those because they don't want to be controlled. Okay, so we've got to be really, really careful. And these are things that you can do, to help them along, all right? It's tricky, but we can do it, all right? You can't just take the phone away. Golden rule. That will backfire supremely. But instead, create safe, open dialogue, okay? Ask them what they're seeing online. Listen first and talk second. I find that this is incredibly difficult for some parents. There's no one will take your place as dad or mom. There's no competition. You will always be their dad and you will always be their mom. So don't fight it. Remember, you're helping. I'm discussing how to help without controlling, okay? So that this doesn't backfire even before you begin, make sure you're creating a safe and open dialogue with your young one, okay? They're still young, teens, but appropriately, you must create a safe place where they can come to you without friction. Ask them what they're seeing online and open it up. But listen first. Listen. It's very difficult. Listen, you don't have all the answers. In fact, if you had all the answers, you won't need me to bridge this gap. So listen. If anything, you bring back that feedback or whatever it is they're saying and don't answer at all. Let's engage and work it out together. Iron will sharpen iron. Faith comes in, and we can together work out a solution. Okay? So listen first and talk second. Hi, Lujan Bolbot. I hope I've not done a damage to your name, but that's someone who is in the comments. Good to have you here. All right? The second thing that you can do to help without controlling will be to model boundaries. Share your own limits around tech and why they matter. A teenager can still learn. If they see how you are getting around tech, and you are leading by example, and tell them that it matters because family safety, family privacy is golden in our home, in our family, they will play along, okay? Use real examples. Show them news stories or YouTube videos of people who regret giving into digital pressure. The more they see those sort of things, the more they're gathering confidence, okay? But use real examples, not bobo, not fiction, real examples, and consume the content together. You know, relaxing and watching it together and discuss it. You must also empower choice. Remind your teen that it's okay to say no, even online. They don't have to say yes to everything. No one can pressure you to do what you don't want to do, and for the family's sake, what you know to be unsafe to do. Nobody. And that's why having a confidant in a parent, being able to engage and tell mom or dad that this is happening. I know there will not be any judgments, you know, there will be no comebacks, that there will be only support. Vital that this is rolled out in the home, okay? It is, I don't know how else to break this down, but it is so crucial that we get this right, okay? Let me share some tools and tips that you can start doing today, all right? And quite simple and easy. Use parent-teen contracts for social media use. They're not out of bounds. You know, you can still use these things, you know, to bring some decorum or some order in a home where things seem out of place, all right? So the same way we have kids contracts, you know, that you've created appropriately for kids, you know, for teens, it has to be adapted to match that age bracket. But there's nothing that prevents it from happening. Okay, you've got to make sure that it's appropriate. Install tools like Bark or Custodio to monitor group chat, and especially the tone in the group chats without invading their privacy. You know, the one thing I know to be true, the moment you establish communication with your folks, your parents, dad, mom, and you can see that they are genuinely interested or invested in your safety, you find that your kids will start giving. Now, I know I'm not living in cuckoo land. There's some kids who have derailed. And of course, that means they're not going to be open. If you see those signs, they're not a lost cause either. You can still try and, you know, claw your way back into their lives, because ultimately the family will always be there. You know, the one thing that most kids are not aware of or don't realize is that you don't burn the bridge, the family bridge. You know, no matter how hip or trendy you think you are, don't burn that bridge. Keep the family bridge live and well. Because the folks that you are gravitating towards, and you can show this to your young ones if you want to, the people you think have your back will litter you in a second the moment things go pear-shaped. But your family won't, which is why you've got to keep that bridge open. Don't burn it. Don't be abusive. Don't be threatening. Don't have a situation where, again, I'm speaking to teenagers now, don't have a situation where you can't go back home. Wow, that will be a disaster. Okay, so back to parents and caregivers. Install tools like Custodio or Bark, you know, to monitor group chat tone without invading their privacy. Very important. You know, I normally say that you use parental controls, which Bark and Custodio are, appropriately. If you have a teenager who has gone beyond parental controls, don't use it. Just use your mouth and be gentle, but just approach it. You can't ignore it. That's basically what I'm saying, okay? Set regular tech check-in times. Make sure that you're checking in every so often to find out how they're doing. I know these days teenagers have, you know, locks on their door. I don't know how you got there, but if you're there, you're there. I can't do anything about it. But if you're in a home, certainly in the tech, you know, world, as it pertains to family privacy, family health, and all that. A lock on a door for a teenager, that's already a wall you've built, or you've allowed a wall be, to be erected in your home. That's where naughty things can start happening in the name of privacy. So do that all with understanding. Let's sit down and talk to the kids and make sure everything, there's a lot of transparency in the home. If your young one can't allow his or her sibling to come to their room, that's a problem. But I respect privacy, but it shouldn't be so bad or so strong that it's a no-go area. It will work in some homes where those things are not in place. But for parents who are hands-on and want to see change, then appropriately do these things. Okay, another thing would be to encourage screen-free zones to build resilience and perspective. We always encourage offline activities. When you're on the table having dinner, no screens. Okay? When you're going to bed and you finish, based on the contract we have, you finish your schoolwork and all that, it's not the time to chat. Apart from the fact that you're preventing them from excessive screen time, the siblings are watching. You're loose with one, the other will expect to be given those same liberties. So you've got to be consistent. Encourage screen-free zones in the home to build resilience and perspective. Okay? Digital peer pressure is a thing. And if I've not done justice to get you to understand that is real, I apologize. But so is your influence. If you stay connected as a parent and caregiver and stay curious and create a safe space for your young teen, he or she will come to you when it matters most. Okay? Vital that you heed these, things that I'm telling you. I really do hope. And if you found this video helpful, as I pray you do, please like it. And that's the thumbs up, not the other one. Share with your loved ones, your family, your friends, and make sure that they're being carried along your growth in the digital space. Don't forget to drop a comment. Like I've mentioned, like Luchan did, even though it was just a short hire, I was expecting some more engagement, but I'll take that any day, okay? Let's engage. Let me know in the comments what's the toughest digital peer pressure trend you've seen or you've heard, okay? Thanks for the likes. I can see that many are throwing in just after I said that. Okay, let's help each other protect the next generation. I've been your host, Lawrence Edam. Until tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. God bless and goodbye.
Keep it